So I want to address an issue that I see with a lot of my private students, and also I've seen a lot of people ask about this online. And that's pretty much what I did now. When I play that legato thing, I could probably do that for, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, however long, because I'm not using any excess tension. So it's not about having super strong hands or anything like that. It's just about making sure that when you practice something legato, you don't use more tension than you need. And that's trickier than it sounds. But a really good way to find that perfect amount of tension is to take any phrase. I think it's good to take something repeating like that. So what I played here was just 5, 7, 8, and the pattern is 8, 5, 7, 8, 7, 5. So it's going to be just start picking it, rest is legato. And as you can see in my left hand here, I don't keep more fingers down than I need. That's what I'm aiming for at least. And especially if I play something with picking, I make sure that I call it like a piano technique almost, because if you want to play a line on the piano and you don't want this to happen, you need to either get a monophonic synth or basically make sure that you don't hold down the previous key as you press the new one. So that's what I adhere to when it comes to picking. But also legato, normal legato with pull-offs, you kind of have to have at least 2 fingers down to make that happen. So it's a bit different there, but I still try to work on that when I practice slowly. And if you've been on this channel for any amount of time, you know that I'm a big advocate of practicing very slowly. Should probably also speak more slowly since I'm slurring my words now. But so like I said, I could sit around and doing this for a long time. And actually when I have when I have a Skype lesson, I usually show students this and say, like, I could probably sit like this for the rest of the lesson, but you would probably hang up on me because it's really annoying to listen to, as you probably heard. But my point here is not to show off, because anyone can do this, but I couldn't do this when I started out, and quite a long time into my guitar playing, because I kept doing this when I was working on legato. Really getting every note to be very clear and like really muscling through it. So when I heard people like Steve Vai play stuff like that or something similar, I was like, how is that even possible? It's like they must have the strongest hands. So I thought it was all about developing like finger strength, but it's not. It's about having the correct technique. And again, a good way to finding that is to just start, like that. And then you release the pressure basically until it doesn't sound anything. This is not a great sound, right? Some notes are louder than others, but I'm very relaxed, right? So then I just add a little bit more pressure. And then once the notes I can hear the notes, that's where I need to stop. And then I can go back to where it sounds like crap. Go back to where it sounds good, crap, and so on. So you can sort of oscillate between crap sounding but very relaxed, and then slightly less relaxed, but you have a really good sound. So you can apply this to anything. So it doesn't have to be, this pattern in particular, but I think it's easier to find it with some sort of ostinato. And an ostinato is just what I did here, a repeating pattern. And obviously you should try this with different fingerings as well. So if we do 1, 2, 4, sounds like shit, sounds better, shit, better, and different strings. So that's the basic idea. And whatever you're working on when it comes to legato, try this out and see how it feels. If you can find that, more relaxed way of doing it, because what's the point of using any more tension than you need? I can't really find any point in doing that, but it's very easy to overdo it. So don't do that. And also try to keep the same thing when you work on picking. I mean, if you do this with Legato, I think you will find that you have a naturally lighter touch. And another thing that happens when you do this is that the only reason why fingers can fall out, get out of line like that is if you actually tense the finger, right? Because if I have my finger like this and I relax, it will pop back into where it should be. So if I sit like this, I know that I'm not relaxed, and that still happens. I'm not saying, that I'm perfect at all. I can really see it if I've been, not been playing. If I haven't been playing guitar for a bit, been away on vacation or whatever, I can find that when I play something that, the pinky tends to, run away with me a little bit. And then I know that I use more tension than I need, because again, your pinky cannot be out here if you're not using tension. And of course, when you play something fast, you're gonna have some momentum as well, as it can sort of, even with a relaxed finger, can get it out somewhat, but it shouldn't be, getting too out of line. So it's another thing to think about. But I'm just going to leave you with that, but try this with different fingerings, different patterns, and if you want something specific here, just take this pattern like I showed you, but do that with 1, 2, 3 as well. And then 1, 2, 4, like I showed you, 1, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4. So just experiment with it and try to just feel what you're doing with the left hand, and don't be afraid of getting notes that doesn't sound good, because that's the whole sort of the whole point. So we have kind of a line here where everything sounds good, and you want to dip it below that line so you're really relaxed, and then you see like, okay, I can't be that relaxed if I want every note to sound, and then you pop back up to the line again. And of course, you're probably going to be slightly over the line as you play normally, but that's fine. You just don't want to be up here. So that's a super important concept that will help you with anything you play on this instrument. So if you have any questions regarding this, just post them below, and the old thing, like and subscribe and all that stuff, that really helps the channel. And I would also like to say, if you have any questions that has nothing to do with this, but maybe something that just pops up and that you feel like, I've always had this problem or whatever, just write them down here or on any video, because that really gives me some good ideas on how I can help you guys, because that's the whole point of this channel, right? So if you could do that, I would really appreciate it. Back in the day, I used to have real issues with fast alternate picking when it came to 2 notes per string. I was fine with 3 notes per string, but the 2 notes per string thing was a bit harder to crack. So if you struggle with fast alternate picking as well, and you don't know what to practice or for how long, I've created the perfect solution for you in the form of the Pentatonic Picking Power Book. So in this book, you'll find a daily workout that will not only help your pentatonic picking, but will also upgrade your overall alternate picking technique. So it contains basically the same exercises I use myself to develop my picking abilities, as well as numerous students over the years that I've given the same exercise to with great results. So I know these exercises work as long as you put in the work. So it's not a quick solution or quick fix. It will still take a lot of work, but at least you have a very easy to follow routine. So if you're up for a big alternate picking upgrade in 2024, I cannot think of a better start. It's $9 and I think it's very underpriced, but I did it that way just so as many people as possible could be helped by this. So check that out.